Three, two, one, and we're back. Where were we? It's been a while since we've been here. I've been here at least. Maybe you're watching this in sequence in a playlist. Now, before I continue, I have a request to make. I recently improved, hopefully, my audio software and how I record my audio. Some people, one person actually, had said that I had a muffling or like a haziness in my audio quality, and I hope that might have been improved. If it's been improved or there's a problem I don't know about somewhere in my audio, could you please give me leave a comment, or if you think it's been fixed and you like how it sounds now, leave a like. Now back to the factory. So where were we? So we have some iron production, but we were going to start setting up some copper production down here. So let's get started with that. Now, recently we unlocked two things: the underground belt and the splitter. Both of these will come in handy, but right now what we really need is several underground belts. 77 iron plate. That's good to see. We've been running low, and we may continue to run low for a while on iron plates. Now, an important thing to note about underground belts: no matter how far you go with them, they cost the same amount of resources to do. Therefore, making sure they're maximized length is good for efficiency. Now we got that going the right way. We need to just make a little bit more. It actually uses up whatever you have in your inventory, so it's best to craft these first and then craft more transport belt if you need it. Otherwise, you'll just end up with not enough of that in transport belt. So now we have copper coming in. We do have coal. Here comes the copper, and it looks like it's working. Now what we have to do is put a box in the end, which we have one, and another fast inserter, and we should be good. There goes electronics. What next? Automation 2 will be useful for hopefully automating a few more things, and maybe automating things like inserters or other things that we really do need to make our life a little easier. Because you notice we spend a lot of our time collecting resources and crafting things, and by having things like inserters and transport belts and other things like that automatically crafted, it'll make our lives a lot easier. As well as if you go to look at green science packs, they require an inserter and transport belt as a crafting green. So having those crafted, we can start auto crafting green science as well and getting a lot more research done that way. So I'm going to build another miner here, because one thing of copper is okay, but having two or more is pretty good. Problem down here on the belts: seems like we're siloing way too much. Combination of these are all on one side, and this is just being siloed. So two things we can do to fix this. First, get this on the other side. So if we do this like this, suddenly this is being siloed. If we put this right here, it would do that, and it wouldn't actually go to the other side. So we have to do it like that, and now it should be working correctly. And then up here we have a problem of they're both being loaded onto one side. So what we can do is we can build a splitter, wait for that to craft. When we do that, we need to remove this, turn this so it's facing that way. And now whatever's on the left side of both these belts will be put on the left side of the outgoing belt. And whatever's on the right side of both these belts will be put on the right side of the outgoing belt. Splitters, this is actually the less common use for splitters. They're more commonly used to split things, as the name would suggest, and take one belt of ore and split it into two separate belts, which then can be used in two different parts of, say, a factory or something like that. Now that we have our electric miner finished, we'll just hook it up right here. Actually, have to disconnect part of our factory and reconnect it. Now it's working fine. Should be good. What next? So 74 iron plate. That's pretty good. I'm asking quite a selection, but in fact, the demands of the red science production and research require much of our iron. So I think I'd like to continue to expand iron production, hopefully get a little bit more coming through. And if we get enough iron production, maybe we'll start using it to auto-craft some things besides just red science packs. So first we'll need some furnaces. We already have plenty of furnaces with all that stone we mined before. I am going to deconstruct these because these were pretty haphazardly placed, and putting these down again a little bit nicer would be really beneficial. Let's see. 8 is a good number for this because that's about all it can handle on the number of ore that can be pushed through this regular transport belt, and then we just put electric poles in here. Not the most efficient design, but it works. And then we start bringing this transport belt up here. And last but not least are some long handles. There's 5. I think that's 5, and then 5 of those. And we'll get started. And then of course, transport belt. So, and then electric poles. Yes, we have a lot of things we need. This is not a simple design by any means. We're a little shorter on that, but no iron plate. We have these. Oops. This will get started, although we will need some transport belts back here to really get things going. Put this here, hook that up so we can start actually collecting iron again. And then continue going. Now we will have to run this down a little farther, and I think I'll just put these here now just to lay out what it will look like in the future. So, copper is working well. How much do we have in here? 152, that's a lot. That's pretty good. And how much iron do we have in here? 78. Like I said, we do need a little bit more iron production, but we're well on our way there. And then the ever necessary transport belt. So, this up, this up, and this up. All these things. If only we had something to craft these for us. Well, in the future we will, but not yet. Be patient. Iron is now hooked up. Coal is now hooked up. And this is now hooked up. Now I'm going to remove this because we can now have a full 8 furnaces working. Instead, we can bring this down here, and hopefully, I can actually run along here manually like this, like wait. Start doing processing things with this, and not just they have to box all up and fill it and then use it ourselves. So this is a good place to do it down here. We have a large empty space. You know, not a lot's gonna be a problem down here. It'll work out well. A lot of iron coming in. We can still craft a lot more transport belt, but this should be a good start. So, what do we need? We need assembly machines. Not just 1, 4 or 5 at least. But 1 is a place to start out with. Well, wow, that's a lot of iron. We get more iron to come down, and it'll work well. So, you need some inserters as usual, and let's get a few more assembly machines, and that should be good. So we'll start filling these up. So what are we going to build here? Well, one thing we want to shoot for is inserters, and inserters require electronic circuits, iron gear, and iron plate. Circuits take iron plate, these take iron plate as well, and then all we need is some copper cable, which is just copper. So a good place to start is the iron gear wheel, and that will be directly fed. Actually, I need to space these out a little bit, but there. And then we can put this here. This could be used for our electronic circuit, and then over here we can have one for copper cable. Just have this. Ooh. So apparently on the middle one, the problem is that these can only handle crafting recipes with 2 ingredients. Inserters take 3, so we'll need level 2 assembly machines. Luckily, we are researching them for automation 2, assembly machine 2. They're also faster, but they are more take more resources, and they are more energy hungry. They use a lot more energy, and so that's why we still want to have a lot of assembly machine 1s, but we do need assembly machine 2s for tasks like those. Iron, give me all the iron. So wow, that's a lot of iron. Pull that up, build some more assembly machines, and start setting this up so it will work. Feeding these all into the middle. Now one thing we do need is we need some copper for the copper coil down here. So I think we should also extend the copper line and bring it down and connect it with the iron line. What we can do is we can put iron on one side of the belt and put copper on the other, and it will work out magnificently, as you shall see soon. That might be a little... that should be fine. Give me all the iron plate. And then build this. Okay, we've got apparently some coal problems. So, and we also don't have any more coal being made. So I think I'm going to take a break from this, all this looks fine and well. We do need to wait for automation to do research. Speaking of research, let's fill this up again. While we wait for that to happen, we should fix our coal problem, which right now is not that much of a problem, but pretty soon it could develop into a real big problem. So how we're going to do that is first hook up some electric miners so we don't have to worry about them running out anymore. And after we build about 2 electric miners, we will want to then automatically supply the power generators with coal, hopefully before they run out right now. Doing that means as long as this patch of coal has coal, and we're not taking too much away from the actual line itself, or using too much to regenerate power, we should theoretically always never run out of coal. At least not for a long time. 17.6k. We're already running out of power though, so that's a problem. So we need to get started now. This copper line's in our way. Just an underground belt will fix that. But in preparation for this, I'm actually going to move this over. Instead of just having this kind of weird pipe here, I'm just going to move all this over. And put this here instead. Get our boilers back and hook them up. Put some coal in here. And now these should be working again. And actually getting up to performance, and now we can see we're not running out of power anymore, which is good. But that was only a stopgap measure. We need to keep going and actually get some coal being directly put into these things. Steam engines, boilers. So close, but still out. Yes, so one thing that's interesting to see, I don't know if I've shown you guys this yet, but is the electrical network info. This can show us what everything is being consumed right now, and also how our consumption production has looked over history, 10 minutes. We can see that over, we haven't played an hour yet apparently, but over the last 10 minutes or so, we've added a lot more electric mining drills, and they've really spiked up, besides for where we turned off the power here. Radar dish is actually apparently not using a steady stream of power. Okay, this is when our power started to max out. We didn't have enough power, so it kind of spiked like that. But now we're getting enough power. These steady lines indicate we're getting full power. But it is getting pretty close, so pretty soon we're going to have to add more. And I finally got my transport belt finished. And just need a few inserters. And now we can put them like here, here, power line here. And now we should be, that should last for a while, although we actually probably will extend this soon, but not right now. We don't need to worry about that now exactly. So where were we? Oh yes, connecting the copper and iron lines. So a good way to do this is I mentioned over here with the splitters, they can be used to combine things. Now this can be useful if you notice the copper is all coming out on the right side of the track. The iron is all coming out on the left side of the track. So whatever wood on the right or the left originally stays on that side. So by doing this, you can see that iron is only coming out on the right side of the 2 output belts. The copper is only coming out on the 2 input, hopefully coming on the right side of the belts. And it is. So now we have a belt that's half copper, half iron. If we ever run out of iron or something like that, the copper won't actually go to the left side, so we won't ever have like blockages or it won't break ever, hopefully. Now, if a bad engineer like maybe myself were ever to accidentally cross the lines by pressing R or something and rotating it so it would fit in, well, that would be a different story. Let's hope I never do that, because that would... Right now, it's not that much of a problem, but in a huge factory with lines stretching across the map, you have to chase them all down, and it can be a big pain. But right now, that's not a problem. Let's be happy. Automation 2 is almost finished. We still have iron and copper in our chest. Actually, a little bit more copper wouldn't hurt. One thing I'm going to do while I do wait for this all to get set up is I am going to put some boxes down to start boxing this up again. Because that will be useful. So we can get... Now these will just pick indiscriminately, but that's fine. I do need both. I will... Oh, I am out of iron. Here, good enough. There we go. That's enough to do that. So, I think that about wraps this episode up here, guys, but Thanks for being here. I've really enjoyed it. As I said at the start of the video, feel free to leave a comment in the description how you think my new audio setup works, or any other comments or suggestions you might have for me. Next time we're going to finish Automation 2, get this really working and start producing inserters, and maybe hopefully a few other things, and maybe add a few more electric miners, otherwise improve the base, and keep heading toward pure automation. It's been fun. This has been Draken. See you again.